Baseball is a sport that has been a significant part of American culture for more than a century and has given rise to many memorable events and amazing achievements. It's unusual to see a home run by itself. Some home runs are better than others though. Some home runs occur in various seasons. At the same time as they fulfill some dreams, some home runs also shatter them. But some home runs stand out as extraordinary, forever marking them in baseball history. 10. Bucky Dent wins one-game playoff. When a one-game playoff was necessary to determine the AL East title, one of the most famous games in the Yankees-Red Sox rivalry took place. At Fenway Park, with the Yankees trailing 2-0 in the top of the 7th inning, Bucky Dent launched a home shot over the Green Monster to make it 3-2. In the end, the Yankees would lead 5-2 and secure the 5-4 victory. Due to Dent's iconic home run, Boston's season ended, and New York went on to win the World Series. In conclusion, these home runs are some of baseball's most memorable and incredible moments. They represent the skill, power, and determination of the players who hit them and have become a part of baseball folklore. These home runs will be remembered and celebrated by fans for years to come, and they are a testament to the incredible achievements that are possible in the sport of baseball. 9. Kirby Puckett forces Game 7. This home run's iconic status is in large part due to Jack Buck's famous quip, "And we'll see you tomorrow night." Naturally, it also triumphed at the bottom of the 11th inning to win Game 6 of the World Series. When the Twins realized they were going to lose that game, they forced a Game 7 against the Braves, which they won the following night to win the World Series. 8. Mark McGwire sets single-season home run record. McGwire's usage of performance-enhancing drugs taints this record in some way. However, baseball needed the in-season matchup between McGwire and Sammy Sosa to help fans forget the strike from a few years prior in the summer of 1998. McGwire's 60-second home run broke Roger Maris' record, and it seemed appropriate that he did it while playing for the Cardinals against Sosa's Cubs. Even if those home runs are now viewed differently, at the time it was an iconic moment that baseball required. 7. Joe Carter wins the 1993 World Series. Even though it wasn't Game 7, the World Series was still won with a walk-off home run in this instance. The Phillies were, after all, just 2 outs away from requiring a Game 7. Carter, though, hit a home run off of Philadelphia reliever Mitch Williams with 2 runners on base to give the Blue Jays an 8-6 victory and seal the series. As Carter rounded the bases, radio commentator Tom Cheek exclaimed, "Touch 'em all, Joe, you'll never hit a bigger home run in your life." Carter was pleased. 6. Carlton Fisk waves it fair. The image of Fisk flailing his arms in the air and urging his hit to stay fair for a home run is one of the few images that Red Sox supporters will never forget. Recall that Boston was on the verge of losing Game 6 of the World Series when the game entered the 12th inning. The Red Sox led 3-0 in the first inning but fell by 3 runs in the ninth, making it one of the best World Series games ever. Fisk provided a suitable conclusion to the game, but the Reds spoilt the fun by winning Game 7 and claiming the series. 5. Hank Aaron becomes all-time home run king. Babe Ruth hit 714 home runs in his career, which at the time of his retirement believed to be an unattainable mark. The night Aaron eventually accomplished it was particularly memorable because of this. In just 3 games in 1974, he hit the 2 home runs he needed to overtake Ruth on the list of all-time home runs, finishing the 1973 season with 713 total home runs. The 2 fans who ran onto the field to circle the bases with Aaron made it a memorable moment for baseball and a wonderful one in its own right. 4. The shot heard round the world. Bobby Thompson decided the 1951 National League pennant by winning the final game of a 3-game playoff between the Giants and Dodgers. It wasn't the World Series. In that playoff's 3rd and final game, Thompson hit a home run in the 9th inning. The fact that this game was the first baseball game to be broadcast on national television makes it significant as well. But the call made by Russ Hodges on the radio after Thompson's home run, shouting "The Giants win the pennant," is the one that sticks in people's minds the most. 3. Kirk Gibson hobbles around the bases. In what would be his lone at-bat of the 1988 World Series, Gibson could hardly walk as he limped to the plate. Dennis Eckersley was pitching at the time as the Dodgers were down to their final out and losing 4-3. Even whether Gibson would even be available before the game was unclear. He was then called upon to pinch hit and hit a home run to right field to seal the victory. Gibson gave the Dodgers an early 1-0 lead in a series they won in 5 games, even though he was barely able to cover the bases while pounding his hands the entire time. Dodgers fans continue to celebrate this home run since it is recognized as one of the most iconic World Series moments ever. 2. Bill Mazeroski's walk-off in Game 7. The World Series Game 7 is the biggest of them all, and only one guy has ever won it by hitting a home run. It was both unlikely and significant. 2 of the previous 4 fall classics included the Yankees. The last victory for the Pirates was in 1925. Even so, Pittsburgh was able to force a back-and-forth Game 7 at Forbes Field that resembled a tennis match despite New York scoring twice as many runs. The Yankees took an early 4-0 lead before the Pirates quickly responded with 7 straight runs. The Yankees then knotted the score in the top of the 9th inning after the Pirates had scored 5 runs in the bottom of the 8th. Pittsburgh started the bottom half with second baseman Bill Mazeroski, a slap hitter who was better renowned for his stellar defense than his power and who had only hit 11 home runs all season. He naturally hit one of the largest home runs in history as a result. 1. Babe Ruth calls his shot. In the 1932 World Series, Babe Ruth hit a home run known as the called shot, which is among the most renowned in baseball history. Ruth may have called his shot, but there isn't any way to tell because there is only amateur film of this home run, which Ruth was pointing at during the 1932 World Series. The Cubs pitcher Charlie Root or the stands at Wrigley Field is still up for discussion. Ruth then proceeded to launch a home run that some say flew close to 490 feet if you want to accept the legend. However, if you want to believe the legend, Ruth pointed to the bleachers. Although arrogant, the action was more than appropriate for the greatest of all time. This home run is remembered as one of the greatest plays in baseball history and has been immortalized in the sports folklore.